guys, this is Carol. I'm looking for my notes. Hang on. Here they are. How are you today? I'm okay. I want to tell you about some cozy mysteries. I'm in the middle of reading Farm to Trouble. This is the first in a new series. The series name is Farm to Table Mysteries, and the author is Amanda Flower. Now, Amanda Flower, oh my gosh, she has written so many books. She's only 41, but she's a prolific author. And since she's only 41, we can enjoy her books for another 40 years, probably. She'll be cranking them out. But anyway, this one, the story is a woman named Shiloh had left this little bitty town. Cherry Glen, I think the name of it is, when her fiance was killed, and she was away for 15 years, and then the family farm is in disrepair, and they're going to lose it, so she leaves her job in California and comes back to help her dad. And first rattle out of the box, she finds a body. So that's the mystery. Farm to Trouble. I really like this so far. Casey read it first, and she really liked it too. So we think this is going to be a great series. Now, Amanda Flower has written a bunch of books that we have read. Most of them that we've read, that Casey and I have read, take place in an Amish community. I just finished reading Marshmallow Malice, which is number 6 in the Amish Candy Shop Mysteries. There's 7 books in that series. Then the one that was just published this year is Lemon Drop Dead, and I'll be getting it next week or so. But anyway, they are really, really good mysteries. It takes place in a little Amish town called Harvest. Bailey is not Amish. Her father left the religious order before she was born, but she used to go back to Harvest to spend time with her grandma in the summer, so she knows all about it. And when the grandparents were getting old and their grandfather got sick, the grandma needed help, so Bailey went back to help her with the candy shop because she's a famous chocolatier in New York City. Okay, the next one I'm going to tell you about is an Amish Matchmaker series, which also takes place in Harvest, Ohio. Except this main character's name is Millie. She wrote 3 books in the Matchmaker series. I liked them. And then, this was a really good series. She wrote the Appleseed Creek Mysteries. The main character's name is Chloe. She's not Amish, but something always happens and the person has to go back to help a family member that grew up Amish. There are 4 books in that series. The titles are Plain Death, Plain Scandal, Plain Disappearance, and Plain Malice. Those were good. Then, I know I'm missing some. Appleseed Creek, Matchmaker series, Candy Shop, Farm to Table. Then she uses a pen name, Isabel Allen. And under Isabel Allen, she wrote a series that has 5 books in it. The Amish Quilt Shop Mysteries. Main character is Angela, and she inherits an Amish quilt shop, I think, from an aunt or something. It's been a while since I've read any of those, but they were really good. I really enjoyed them too. So if you want to read some really good cozy mysteries, look for Amanda Flower or Isabel Allen. She's also written some that I don't think my library owns, so I haven't seen them. Living History Museum, there were 3 books in that series. The Magic Garden has 3 books. Magical Bookshop, 5 titles. And Indiana Hayes, she's a college librarian, 2 books in that series. And then Amanda Flower has just signed a deal to write 2 books, historical mysteries set in the 1850s. The main character is Emily Dickinson, except she's also a sleuth besides a poetress. And the stories are told from Emily Dickinson's maid's view. So I don't think the first one's going to be published until next year. So I'm looking forward to those. But anyway, I just wanted to share these with you. If you need some good cozies, I'll list all of these either in the description or in the comments. But after I read this one, after I finish it, I'm going to read... Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm going to read my first sci-fi book. I don't recall reading a sci-fi book before, but this book was on every suggested reading list for the summer. It was a Good Morning America book club choice. The title is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. And evidently the premise is the young woman, well, it says, between life and death, there is a library. Up until now, Nora Seed's life has been full of misery and regret. She feels that she's let everyone down, including herself, but things are about to change. She finds herself in the Midnight Library, where she has a chance to make things right. Evidently, this book is about, every chapter is about a choice she made, and what if she had made a different choice? How would her life have turned out? So, I want to read this one. That reminded me of a story my son told me. There was this man who lived in another large city in the country. I think he was in college. Anyway, somehow he bounced a check. Because he bounced the check, he couldn't pay his rent. Because he couldn't pay his rent, he moved back home here, where his mother lives. And then he eventually got a job at the same place where my son works. Then the man eventually moves to Seattle. My son takes a vacation and goes up to visit him in Seattle, loves it, comes home, packs his bags, and moves to Seattle. And my son, the story is, my son tells me, if he hadn't bounced a check, then my son would never have gotten to Seattle. And you know that so many things in our life is that way. Because somebody did this happens. So I'm anxious to read this one and see about if she'd made different choices, what would have happened. Okay, guys, I'm trying to keep my videos shorter, so I'm going to go now. I hope you're having a good weekend. If you've read either The Midnight Library or any of Amanda Flower's Cozy Mysteries, let me know. Let me know what you think about them. Okay, I'll list them in the description or in the comments. Okay, let me know how you're doing, guys. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you later.